Good morning. It's Michelle with eXp Realty. Just popping in with a real quick video about a situation that came up in my business this week. So here's the thing, okay? There's a lot of reasons why people shy away from using a real estate agent, but there's even better reasons for not doing that unless you've been in the business at some point in your life. And even then, you don't know everything that's changed or what could possibly go wrong with the law or actually representing your own self as a realtor with an inactive license or have had one in the past, and you're trying to navigate this deal. So I had a situation come up where I've been talking to a seller for months, maybe almost a year now, where they were just trying to get the house ready to list it. And I think that there was probably this person, this investor that goes around this area, has seen her periodically taking things out of her property and getting it ready for the market. And so he approached her this week and said, I would like to buy your property, but I don't want to use a real estate agent. And so let's just do this ourselves. And she thought, well, that'll save me the commission and that'll be great, right? Well, I'll walk away fat, dumb, and happy. The problem was she hadn't said anything to me about it. And I mean, honestly, you don't have to tell me. I have a whole different outlook today about people not telling me when they run off, when they're my friends or family, and use a different real estate agent or none at all. I have a whole different feeling about that, but that's for a different video. But when she did call me was when there became issues with what they had negotiated thus far. So nothing was written down. And that was the first mistake that she made was, going into a verbal contract with somebody and saying, yes, I agree. Let's sell it for this price. He says, okay, I'll buy it for this price. And then he comes back 4 days later and says, that's too expensive. I want to come down $10,000 because I have all these repairs and things that I need to make to the house in order for me to be able to flip it and make any money from it. And the reason why he said those things is because he was going to have to make repairs to flip it. So, he needed to pay closing costs because he was getting a mortgage to flip it. To which I said, why are his closing costs your problem? Because they're not. And so she had nothing in writing, and now he's flipping the script on her and telling her he needs more money because he's got to pay closing costs on a loan that he's going to get himself. His closing costs on that loan have nothing to do with the property that she is selling. She doesn't owe money. She doesn't need to, if he was doing a cash deal, this transaction would be about $1,000 to close, but he's got a mortgage. And so he's looking at several thousand, probably close to 10 that he's going to have to pay just on the loan. But again, this is not the seller's problem, right? This is his problem. So I told her, why don't you tell him that you want somebody to help you guys do this? And he said, well, my wife is a real estate agent, but then never brought her forward, which in my opinion would have been a mistake too. I mean, she's got a vested interest in whatever it is he's doing, right? Even if she says she doesn't. So the first thing I ask her is, do you have a contract? Like I said in the beginning, and of course she says no. And I said, well, that's a problem. You don't have anything written out that I can tell you I'm going to pay you X number of dollars for a house with no money in my freaking pocket to do any of this at all. And then I say, is he paying cash? And she says no. And I said, well, have you seen an approval letter from the bank to prove that this guy is getting the loan or has been qualified for the loan? Or is he just dipped his toe in the loan processor's office and saying, I want to do this, and he doesn't know, he doesn't have a letter yet? Because saying that you're approved and having the approval letter to accompany an offer are two very different things. And so I say to her, because she tells me he's going to bring her the loan letter today, well, when you get the loan letter, would you be able to identify whether or not this is actually true? Did he write this up on a desk someplace? I mean, how do you know that he's giving you the true story? Do you know how to see in the letter that you're getting from the lender that this person is qualified? For how many days are they qualified? And, what's the amount and all of that you need to know? So now I got her thinking, which is a really good thing. I mean, obviously, this is how I make my living. But the thing is, I want people to be protected and I want everybody to be dealt with fairly. Both sides, even this guy that I don't know. I don't want him to get ripped off, but I don't want my friend to get ripped off either. So I said to her, I would do the whole transaction. I'll write up the paperwork. I'll pick the title company for you guys and we'll match whatever his title company is going to do. And then he's still going to pay for that since that's what he offered. And I'll manage the transaction to make sure it gets to closing and neither one of you have to do anything but show up, pass keys and checks, and we're fat, dumb, and happy. It's super important to have an agent on your side that's making sure that you're being treated fairly and that all of the things that you don't understand that are going to come up, are handled the way they should be. She thinks because he's a handyman, there's not any home inspections. Well, there needs to be home inspections. And if there's not a home inspection, he needs to waive that. And I don't know that his bank's going to let him do that. He needs an appraisal and he needs a survey. All of these things have to happen. Does he have all these people in his back pocket? I mean, what's happening? So it's really important to have a professional help you make the transaction go as smoothly as possible and that everybody's dealt with fairly so that later down the road, you're not drug into court over an issue that could have been solved during the time of performance in those 2 weeks, 10 days of inspections that you had going on. So if you're looking to buy or sell real estate and you just want to run something past me, I'm fine with you asking questions. You can log into my website and send me a quick message that says, don't talk to me, don't contact me unless I reach out to you first. And I'll be happy to do that for you. And I'll put all of that information in the chat box so that you can send me something if you need to. And, I'm here to help, whatever you need. Just remember, I'm Michelle Flood with eXp Real Estate, and I would love to help you buy or sell a house or answer any questions you might have about this video or any others. Check out my YouTube channel, which I'll also link in the comments, and share this video far and wide so that your friends know that your friend is a real estate agent. I really appreciate you guys stopping and listening, and if you have any questions or a topic you want me to talk about, please hit me up and let me know. I would love to talk about anything that you guys have questions about. Take care.